for you. And now
Well,
you're
thank you.
here. So
Thank
welcome.
you.
Thank you very much.
I was napping and just woke
Oh,
up.
how lovely.
No worries,
Yeah.
no worries. We're all good.
Thank you.
Oh, you're very welcome, very welcome. Thank you. We have a very lovely group joining us already today. I'm looking forward to seeing what that list looks like when you print it finally, Kim. No worries. We're not quite there yet. No rush. I have my own anticipations, of
We've
course.
got about 7 minutes. We're doing fine. Why don't you tell folks about the theme again if they're just arriving?
Yeah, well, today's theme is it's born out of so many things, but originally we were thinking, well, I'll tell you the backstory. I had met US Poet Laureate Natasha Trethewey in November. And
And just let me say, I'm seeing some folks writing me messages like, hi, how do you sign up? Please type your name into the chat and then I copy it and paste it on the list. Sorry, keep going, Sandy.
okay, yeah, no worries. I had met Natasha Trethewey, US Poet Laureate, I believe from 2012 to 2014. I might have the dates wrong there. I don't have a list of all the poet laureates in front of me. And she writes so poignantly and powerfully about, probably her most famous book, not to date, because her latest book is her New and Collected, which I would think would become her most famous book, is called Monument. But her book Native Guard, about the African American Black Battalion in the Civil War, and incredible book documenting and elevating the history of those men and the story, and their stories from the Civil War, in verse. And we really got to thinking about, oh yeah, Kim and I started thinking we should do a program on history. And as you know, I'm a person who does a lot of writing, poetry based on historic events. So here we are today with this amazing theme. And I'll talk at the beginning of the program very briefly, about what I think it means to be writing from that vein of history, very briefly. So I won't say it now because you're going to hear me say it in just about 5 minutes. So we expanded it, though, to be very as inclusive as we could by having the theme be their story, her story, history. And we're so glad that you're joining us today for this program. I see that in a moment, Debbie Gilbert has just entered in. She's going to be one of our featured readers for next week. She's her latest collection that I saw her read from in person I believe it was last Saturday, is a book about a fictionalized book in verse, novel in verse, actually, of about the mother and baby homes in Tuam in Ireland. I hope we might even get a preview if Debbie's able to sign up and we're able to get to her today. But if we don't, come back next Sunday to hear her feature on the program from that collection. So that's kind of the impetus for today's program. The theme, again, a reminder, it'll be one poem up to 3 minutes. No features today, so we should be able to get an ample number of voices in the 90 minutes. And I'll announce you 3 people at a time. No elaborate introductions for the open mic, to get in as many of your voices as possible.
I think we have a full great list, you guys. I think we can get to these folks because we do not have features, so we'll see how it goes.
Great.
I'm going to put it in the chat one more time.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone. And I'm not removing anyone. I know there were people graciously saying, "Oh, you can cut me and you can cut me." Let's not do that. Let's just stick with the list that we have. I think we're going to be fine. We're having a lot of wind here in my mountain valley, so I'm going to turn off my video, but I'll be listening and cheering you on, everyone. Have a great time.
Thank you so much. That's Parsons, everyone. As you know, we cannot do the program without her. Oh my gosh. I could not do her job. It is so obvious to me. I could never do what she does. So we're so grateful. We have people starting to just come in, and I want to remind you, if you are just arriving, today's program, our 1st of February, as we open February here in the States, is Black History Month. So I want to make certainly celebrate that with folks. Very historical. If you're just joining us, if you're just joining in for today, we are at no features today for our poets focus on their story, her story, history. It's one poem apiece. Kim is still taking names for the open mic, and we're very optimistic that we will get to everyone, although we're probably getting ready to hit that capacity. But don't let that stop you from, please put your name as you would like me to pronounce it in the chat. That is how you get on the list. Kim meticulously cuts and pastes from the chat to make the list. So that is the way to do it. No private messages to us asking, can I be on the open mic? Or even writing, can I be on the open mic? Please just put your name in the chat, because she just grabs your name off the chat, puts it on the list. Easy peasy, easy peasy. Well, I was just about to ask for my cue, and there it is, folks. Welcome, one and all. You are here today, Sunday, the 1st of February, for Cultivating Voices live poetry. Today, it's our poets' focus on their story, her story, history. Really a deep dive into poetry and how history weaves itself through those narratives. I'm your host, Sandy Yannone, and I am very excited to see what our folks on the open mic have in store for us on today's topic. Everybody on the list will be reading one poem up to 3 minutes, and that up to 3 minutes gives you ample opportunity. If you save a little time, somebody else gets to read a poem. It's that simple. We love to get as many voices as we can. So if you're just joining us, and thank you, we have just a really great crowd here today. Thanks for prioritizing and making Cultivating Voices part of your Sunday. If you're interested in reading in the open mic, please feel free to put your name in the chat as you'd like me to pronounce it. Kim's still probably taking names still. And I'll be announcing each of you in sets of 3. No elaborate introductions. I'll just be mostly saying your names with a hearty welcome. And then please just go in succession. And then I'll come back after the 3rd person and introduce the next 3. We'll be queuing you up in the chat so you know when you're up. That's, of course, is also due to Kim's diligent work in the chat. And a few other housekeeping reminders before I say just a couple more things about this reading today. The chat is live, so please do generously and respectfully put your comments and send your love and enthusiasm to folks as they're reading. Also, if you have announcements about upcoming readings, books, put links to your current projects in the chat. Of course, network abundantly. That's what we're here for. And also, if you are reading and your work would necessitate a content notice in the service of our listeners here live and here on the recording being able to mute so that they're taking good care of doing good self-care, please do provide that content notice. And I continue to say that I feel pretty confident that folks typically know what those topics are that likely would necessitate a content notice. So please do be mindful of that. Again, it'll be up to 3 minutes for one poem each. So even if it's a haiku, that's still one poem. Please be mindful of that. We'll get in as many folks as we can. I wanted to say before we begin with our first three readers, who are going to be Rose Boehm, Greg Friedman, and Bruce Whitacre, that that history and poetry is very powerful in all times. But I would be very remiss sitting here on February 1st, 2026, with what we continue to witness around the world. And of course, I'm sitting here in the United States and in New England, and what is emanating from what we see on the news here in the States. Be very remiss to say that poetry, one of its most powerful assets, is that it is a poetry of witness. And in that regard, as a poetry of witness, we are sometimes writing history as it is happening. It is much needed. And so while I'm imagining that some of the poems we're going to hear today are about re-looking at history from the past, I remind you that when we write our poems, we are also documenting history. So to that end, every single one of our voices is always necessary. We are creating the very record that will move forward in time. With that, I'd like to go to our first three readers in this order. Thank you so much. And also thank you to all of you here live in the audience here in Zoom, those of you maybe watching live on Facebook or YouTube, and of course the many of you that will be watching us on our recordings. We appreciate all of our listeners and contributors. And with that note, let's go to our first three readers for today. Rose Marie Boehm, Greg Friedman, and Bruce Whitacre. And please, if you feel comfortable, just briefly share where you're joining us from.
Okay, leading this is quite I'm quite daunted. I'm joining you from Lima, Peru. I'm a German-British Peruvian. I am an old lady. I'm almost 88, so I'm writing about something that I'm thinking of a lot now that I see the news from the States. In the Second World War, I was a child, and of course the old women, then my aunts, they had already seen World War I, and they were born in the century before. And the poem is about the old women of Saxony. That is where I grew up when I was a child, which is near Dresden. They sat, their legs open, their floral skirts falling between. Aprons, always something to do in their hands, a bowl resting in their thighs, knitting, needles clicking, picking peas from the pods. Hands with calluses, broken nails, black furrows. Grey hair pulled into buns, the hair that remembered their girlhood, curling over wrinkled ears. Steel-rimmed glasses except for Auntie Helen, who had the eyes of a hawk. No adornments. And girls they used to be. Sepia photos on the sideboards, the girls with their men, The girls coquette, their young men stiff, looking straight into the camera in uniform next to their girls, not touching. That was before the First War. They never came back, and the old women were left to their sisterhood. They worked the land, brought in peas, potatoes, beans from their gardens, chickens, a fearsome cockerel, warm eggs. There was the occasional hare a nephew had trapped. They loved us with harsh voices, rough hands, with berries, apples, and homemade jams. Here they were, these women, unafraid, had seen the worst. We said it when Hitler was alive, and we say it now. We have the Bolsheviks here, all the same. Anyway, what more can they do to us? Shoot us. And they smiled. We escaped to the West. They couldn't come out. We couldn't go back. Survived well into the 50s. There were their letters, old German handwriting, pencil on lined paper. Thank you.
Hi, this is Greg from Rome, Italy, where I'm working here for the next 5 months. So I'm going to follow in a similar vein as Rosemary. And this poem talks about the partigiani, the partisans, the resistance fighters here in Italy during the German occupation. A guzzle for the partigiani of July 1944. For 45 years, it was Nonna who guarded our story, dead almost 25 years when I went in search of that story. The train to Bagni di Lucca rounded the river's curve, those hills, that river. I knew them from inside my story. We followed Fegana's stream to the curve in the road, the burned house, the slope without sheep, the story of the 5 betrayed, my uncle, his son-in-law. At the curve in the road came the end of their story. The Nazi invaders called the families together to gather the blood-soaked victims to be sung in a story, a black-rimmed card and their names to be sung in an ode to the patriots, their sacrifice, their story. Gregorio, said the patriarch, get a wife, come make your home here. He rests now near their graves, but lives in his story.
Wonderful, Greg. Bruce Whitacre here, also from Rome. Greg, we should connect. I'll be here till the end of February. I want to share a poem, History, Her Story. This is a horse story, Lament for the Reign of the Horse. I tip my helmet to you, so proud yet constrained, standing at our backs, just past the dog, that clever parasite lapping our meats, herding our sheep, stealing our hearts. Not so easy, the horse. 2 tons of murder, restrained, trained in a fool's bargain of protection from the cat, the wolf, your own murderous sires. How human, in exchange for bondage and glory, metal in mouth. You charge into our fights, over our fences, after our foxes, as if they were your own. You throw us, then come back to nuzzle us, puzzled that we lie in the grass. You cripple us and eat out of our hand, more paradox than we deserve. You powered my first erotic dreams. You populate my one past life memory, a desert plateau darkened by my herds. Barely able to talk, I toddled fearlessly about midges' hooves. The frisson of fear only came later as I grew past my past horseman's life, perhaps. Since long before Gilgamesh, a man without a horse had no shot at glory. Indeed, after your last hurrah in the Great War, Millions of you were slain only to be usurped by a spark plug. Where has the glory gone? Dismounted, disoriented, disconnected, our hearts no longer beat to your paces. Ah, yes, my kingdom. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much, Bruce. Thank you so much, Greg. Thank you so much, Rose. And Greg and Bruce, I hope you do. Like, you know, have a cappuccino together or something while you're in the same location. How cool would that be? Thanks everybody thank you for being that opening trio. If you're just joining us, you're here for Cultivating Voices live poetry. It's our Poets Focus. Here, as in the States, we celebrate Black History Month, and our focus today is their story, her story, history. Seems a very good way to open up a month of history here in the United States and elsewhere. And our next three readers are Mona Mehas, Sylvia Clare, and Harvey Soss. Thank you all very much.
Hi, sorry, I had to unmute. I'm Mona. I'm in Indiana. And my poem is called Poetic Injustice. This is an ekphrastic pantoum after Hungor, Dithpran, and the Killing Fields. Some of you may remember these instances, or at least the movie or the book. Poetic Injustice. Cambodia in wartime strife. Threatened by Pol Pot and reviled, Dr. Ngor ran for his life, but lost his wife and unborn child. Threatened by Pol Pot and reviled, Dithpran became a journalist. Ngor lost his wife and unborn child. There began the uncanny twist. Dithpran became a journalist. Other writers were his shields. There began the uncanny twist. Ngor escaped the killing fields. Other riders were Pran's shields. Ngor made it to Thailand, escaping the killing fields. The doctor was a free man. Ngor made it to Thailand. Pran was stopped behind the lines. Ngor was a free man. Their legacies would entwine. Pran was stopped behind the lines. This his friends would not ignore. Their legacies would entwine. The doctor became an actor. Pran's friends could not ignore. He escaped and reported atrocities. The doctor became an actor and returned to the mean cities. Pran escaped and reported atrocities. In the Khmer Rouge aftermath, Ngor returned to the mean cities to retrace Dithpran's path. In the Khmer Rouge aftermath, leaving behind scars and horrors, to retrace Dithpran's path, Ngor follows his personal course. Leaving behind scars and horrors, surrounding Ngor along the grade, he follows his personal course, fights demons, attempt to persuade. Surrounding Ngor along the grade, pain caught in his face from movie, fights demons, attempt to persuade from retracing his and Pran's journey. Pain caught Ngor's face in movie, then murdered on his street. By retracing his and Pran's journey, their dual legacy is complete. Ngor was killed on the street. A diseased pancreas took Dithpran. Their dual legacy is complete. History will show both men won. A diseased pancreas took Dithpran. Dr. Ngor ran for his life. History will show both men won. Cambodia in wartime strife. Thank you.
My poem is called Becoming True to Herself, and it's a poem celebrating Elizabeth Packard. For anyone who doesn't know, she was an American wife in the 1800s who was put into a mental asylum by her husband because she spoke out. She had her own ideas, and she was abused horribly. And eventually they let her go because she caused so much trouble within the asylum, because she roused all the other women who were also in there for other reasons against being conformed into being a good wife, which is why they were there. So this is called Becoming True to Herself. Celebrate who you have become, but also celebrate not becoming what you might have become. Let us toast the inner child, her rebellious nature, each day being grateful to her for not giving up on us, on women, for not yielding, conforming, acquiescing, allowing the distortions others sought to twist her spine and hush her voice. Locked away in cages of cruelty called education, discipline, guidance, she bides her time, sometimes rebelling, risking consequences, accepting outcomes. Knew she would always do it again anyway, to prove to herself that she still could. Once they have done their worst, there is nothing left to fear. We could all have fallen by the wayside, yielded, cowed down, denied our womanhood. We owe it to her not to do so, but to be the unsilenced voice, the woman they could not stop. She who would live her own life, whatever it takes. Homeless, in poverty, finding a way, inner resources far outstripping those of her would-be captors and rulers. Easy it is to underestimate such women, foolish too. Such men with jewels in their hands they recognise only lumps of coal. Such blindness. Such wasted lives.
Okay, I guess I go. Can you hear me? Uh, Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, you're good.
Okay, fine. The poem I'm going to read won the Writer's Digest Non-Rhyming Poetry Award 2 years ago. I've also posted in the chat an invitation to Artful Dodger's Poetry's February reading. It's called His Name is Yitzhak. As her father was being dragged away, casually marked off a checklist, his faded elegance not strong enough for forced labor at Daimler-Benz, his card stamped with a fatted cab's expiration date, his defiant Shema in all likelihood having pissed off a guard, he called out to her, "Remember my name, child," his last words to her. That she had survived was a miracle in itself, only years later able to purchase with her totemically American credit card a lampshade without experiencing the usual feelings of scorpions climbing her spine. The fear it was some friend of hers whose skin had been flayed, a cousin or classmate. If the Allied troops had waited just one more day to advance, their sanitizing tanks and trucks mired down in the mud or engaged in suppressing skirmishers who stood in their way, rearguard Aryans whose blonde hair and stiff salutes made them easy targets, camp liberators might have found her remains, gold fillings prized from her teeth, positioned atop a pommel horse composed of corpses, her slim gymnast body arrested in the act of vaulting toward freedom. Eichmann's poster girl for Zyklon B, with not enough flesh left on her bones to serve as soup meat. Pick a number, any number between 1 and 6 million, and cursed by the math of it, that might have been her. Having decamped in Bronx, New York, she endures this Holocaust Remembrance Day alone, her grown children having mothballed their heritage. These 24 hours of mourning reminding housewife and investment banker of how close they'd come to not being born. Oh, they might pick up the phone, knowing how deeply shards of Kristallnacht had cut her, recurrent nightmares of their grandparents reduced to soap to celebrate Oktoberfest. Her mother in a yellow dress, her father a retailer of luxury goods, putting on Prussian airs to drum up business, well regarded despite his Jewishness. Boehm angling for discounts, boasting of having Jude him down, all but pinning a yellow star on his chest, the sort of thoughtless remark that might get him killed if the Nazis caught wind of it, which they did. She has since felt herself half-baked, an unpuffed pastry snatched from the oven too soon. How is a girl fatherless and motherless before having bled supposed to become a woman without a mother, hair done up in a bun, to pat her on the head, urge her to finish her homework, point her in the right direction, be her cottage compass? This night she will light a candle in their names, say a prayer in Hebrew, a curse in English, the latter with a bitter taste. On this day of remembrance in Bronx as at Yad Vashem, she remembers them all, father, mother, sister, brother, their hurtful truth and painful death. But her father especially, calling out to her, "Remember my name, child," his words tattooed like camp numbers on her brain. His name was Yitzhak. Hers, Ruth, Americanized to Ruth. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Harvey. I can see why that poem won that prize. And that refrain from the poem, remember my name, so important to our theme for today, which is really in so many ways about remembrance, what we remember from the past and what will be remembered from the present into the future. Thank you so much, Harvey. Sylvia, again, doing a remember my name poem also. Mona Mehas, thank you. The Pantoum, a great tapestry from which to knit history. Thank you. Our next three readers are Cynthia Pratt, Eelka Lampe, and Catherine Ronan. Welcome to the three of you. Thank you. And before Cynthia comes on, I'm reminded of a special that we did in our very first year, our suffragette 100th anniversary program. You can go to the archives to see that, of course. And Cynthia Pratt was one of the readers on there. There's some others that are in the room today as well. Great to have you here. Thank you.
So because the Winter Olympics is coming, I believe Friday, I thought I would read a poem that Sandy thought might be appropriate. Absorption versus abortion. In remembrance of James Jimmy Huga, one of the first two members of the U.S. men's team in 1964 to win an Olympic medal in his sport, dying of MS in 2010. I already made the mistake of asking my world history teacher what he meant by circumcision to describe one of the rituals of ancient peoples. My raised hand, a beacon in still, cold air, voice clearly enunciated, because my mother always encouraged understanding of words in the context of learning. My mother, a former one-room school teacher, now a mother of 4 daughters, taught me to ask, speak up. After the laughter and ridicule by 15-year-old boys in class, especially Jimmy Huga, I almost dropped out of school. Of course, I couldn't, wouldn't, shouldn't, didn't. Then the biology test the next week about cells, veins, and arteries, graded by a fellow student's paper. Jimmy received mine, 100% correct, except for the spelling of absorption. No S or P, so marked wrong, and read aloud to Mr. Miller, our drunk biology teacher, and the whole biology class. The only thing left was laughter, including mine. The contrast between the two words so obvious, taking into or taking out of the body. I knew about out of wedlock sex, teenage girls leaving for a while, then coming back, and even whispered fixes to unwanted pregnancy. If not of desire and scarlet letters, then certainly of becoming mothers too soon. The word abort leading to ending, canceling. What I hoped, the teacher stopping Jimmy in mid-sentence to avoid embarrassment from the ridicule. But Miller was only thinking of absorption, addition, insertion, inclusion, in gathering into oneself a substance. In the end, I remembered to accept the fact that words matter, dealing with those zits marks, eventually fully understood as I and Jimmy grew up, faced life's ice hitting us on the downhill's icy slope, his absorbing a pronouncement of words, MS. Mine was to let go of a life inside of me that was not going to live. Thanks.
Hi, I'm zooming in from Port Angeles, Washington. Very powerful to listen to everyone. Perseverance. My mother's baby boots. She took her first steps in these in 1926 or so. Her name already shortened to Biene. With a stepsister 13 years older and a stepbrother 14 years older than her, he didn't drink yet. She loved her father, who had convinced her former Protestant nun mother to marry him after his first wife died under her care as the town nurse. Oma, my grandma, took her Kinderschuhe to an artist just a few years later. First the left shoe, eternalized in silver plate, mutated into an ashtray, with the tongue turned out to hold Opa's cigars. Later on, for what occasion, she had the other one petrified in bronze, but that one neatly tied with all shoelaces in place. While growing up, they were displayed on unser Bord, the shelf that held memorabilia of several generations from both sides of the family. After Mutti died, I had to let go of a lot of things in the old country, but her Kinderschuhe, unbreakable, made it across the ocean. Now they inhabit a corner of the windowsill by my desk, like miniature hiking boots celebrating the great Northwest. Mutti survived diphtheria before vaccinations were available, the fights between her drunk brother and raging father, the war that no one in her family wanted, her first employment near the Polish border, so far from home, which had been her wish. They could see Berlin burning in the distance. The collapse of the currency a second time after the war, a house full of relatives back home who had lost theirs to the bombs. My father's death in the 60s, run over by a car when I was 8. And her daughter, me, going to the US for study and then staying against all odds. Mutti always supported me and made a rich, creative life for herself. I followed in their footsteps of faith, perseverance, and independence. Danke, Mutti. Danke, Oma. And here are can you see them? Here are the two boots. The first one and the other one with the tight laces. Thanks.
Hello, everyone. This is Catherine Ronan, ringing in from West Cork, Ireland. And thank you, everyone, so far for your wonderful history stories. I'm giving you a very short love history in 10 lines. Love song. The sea gives up its mystery every 7 years, but you were never returned. Winter whistled your song. Baubles mirrored your face, and I set your place at the dinner table. Spring came, and I forgot your voice, your smell, your laugh, and married summer. But sometimes, in the autumn of my bones, I fill my lungs with the breath of you, lay fresh sheets on our ocean bed, and strain for you in the blackberry dark.
Woo, you get me every time, I gotta say. You get me every time. Oh, all right, Catherine Ronan. Blackberry Dark, yeah. Thank you, thank you. Eelka Lampe, oh my gosh, thank you for sharing those shoes. If we had more time, I'd tell you a story about shoes. But shoes and seeing shoes they have a long, long history in marking history. That's all I'll say there. And Cynthia Pratt, what a poem there. What a poem there. Thank you for sharing. All right, friends, we go to our next three readers. Stephe Watson and Pet Laureate Luna are in the house with us, as well as Jude Marr, and we'll close out the set with Marcella Remund. Thanks to the three of you for being here with us today. The four of you, I should say.
Thank you all. This has been extraordinary. I'm writing poetry as I listen, so thank you. This is a very long poem. I won't read the whole thing. It's intended not to be fully read out, but just to kind of fade out so that you imagine much more. It's called Have You Worked Hard at Attaining Enlightenment? Have you worked hard at attaining enlightenment? Have you sourced the seed? Have you flooded the field? Have you led the carabao and plowed to the field? Have you plowed the field? Have you harrowed the field? Have you harrowed the field a second time? Have you leveled the field? Have you marked the seed beds? Have you submerged the seeds? Have you incubated the seeds? Have you wished a hull into germination? Have you broadcast the seed? Have you monitored the water level? Have you transplanted the rice seedlings? Have you broadcast fertilizer? Have you weeded the field? Have you top-dressed the rice plants? Have you monitored for pests and disease? Have you soaked in the sunborn gold of the grains? Have you drained the field? Have you harvested the rice? Have you threshed the rice plant? Have you spread the rice? Have you dried the rice? Have you degloomed the rice? Have you winnowed the remaining chaff? Have you stored the rice? Have you washed the rice? Have you steamed the rice? Have you served the rice? Have you smelled the rice? Have you parceled morsels with utensils? Have you lifted the rice to your mouth? Have you parted your lips? Have you tasted the rice? Have you chewed the rice? Have you swallowed the rice? Have you felt the full belly? Have you belched? Have you sat in contentment? Have you released the remains of the rice? Have you looked into the empty bowl, then set it aside? What have you worked so hard for to cure your blindness?
Okay, here we are. I'm going to read an older poem. I wrote it in 2016. It still seems relevant. And it's another one from the old book, We Know Each Other by Our Wounds. And as you'll hear, it's also particularly relevant for me tonight as I sit here in central Portugal under a flood warning. Portugal was battered last week by a major storm and is still recovering, and it's been raining pretty constantly since then. So I think we're going to have more 100-mile-an-hour winds and lots of rain tonight. But I live on the 3rd floor, so I'm not too concerned. Maybe I should be more concerned, but you know, such is life. Anyway, this is called Questions Not to Ask. Blood images of bigotry, pitiless, run across my screen. Outside, flood tides rise, but I am not drowning. If my family tree saves me, can I hollow out my trunk and build an ark? What kind of knife's required, scalpel or sword, to slice through wood, through tissue, carve a new route? Frame by frame, looping to infinity, images of bigotry. Can I wade behind another's boat, pass fresh water, pass the salt? I sing myself complicit. How can I not let you drown? If my passport is printed on my skin, can I travel beyond self? Thank you.
Sandy, I'm thinking there's somebody else before me.
You're up, Marcella.
I'm up.
Yep.
Okay. This is a poem about the Magdalen laundries of Ireland, with a note that there were also 28 laundries in the United States. And it's called House of God. This is the house of God. If God is Father Byrne, cassocked jailer, who likes his creases pressed smooth by steamy little girl hands. This God is hell-bent on washing us clean each night in his milk-white blood of Christ. His lieutenant, Sister Timothy, at the door to stop the whores whose sins would go unpunished. This is the house of God, who comes in his stocking feet, whose wine stink breath is a moaning wind that rustles the white leaves of cotton nightgowns. This God is our teacher, our refuge, he says. He alone can save us. He teaches the truth of sin, the devil's disguises. His is the only touch we know, the only caress allowed. Father, tormentor, redeemer, his love is human and divine. I lie still and never cry. What does it matter? What use now, my spoiled heart, crushed under the weight of God? What use now, my ruined body, to Saint Martha or the Blessed Mother? Fingers fused to fins in boiling wash pots will never pray the rosary. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Marcella. There's a lot of intersections of people in the room that here today that are writing on similar subject matters. I hope you'll reach out to each other in the chat, connect as you hear connections that you might have with others about their work. And Marcella read poems about the Magdalene Laundries as one of our featured readers in the past in a new book showcase. And so just a reminder, folks, please feel free to put in the chat the links to those collections that you're reading from, if you're reading from a collection, whether it was featured on Cultivating Voices or not. Thank you. Thank you so much, Steve, Pet Laureate Luna, Jude, and Marcella. Thanks for your contributions today. If you're just joining us, you are watching Cultivating Voices live poetry here on this first Sunday of February for my time zone. And we are gathered to listen to poems on our poets' focus on their story, her story, history. And we continue now with Billy Brown, C.R. Candy Green, and Elizabeth Lara. Welcome to the three of you from your various perches.
Thank you so much, Sandy, and thanks to everyone who's read such touching poetry. I don't know. You know, I'm having a view of the speaker, but I don't have a view of me. In any case, I wanted to show this photograph, which I'll mention in the poem I'm about to read. It's a stone foundation farmhouse in Michigan. And here's my poem. Deaths in the Brown family. This is the Brown family homestead in Ithaca, Michigan. A photo I retrieved from my brother Peter's apartment, who died 2 years ago at the age of 81 in Midland, Michigan. My grandfather and namesake, William Elbert Brown, grew up in that house, along with his brother, Uncle Rob. Uncle Rob suffered a relationship death. His beloved rejected him, and he never recovered, never married, lived for all the years I knew him in the furnace room of William's farmhouse in St. Louis, a few miles from Ithaca. I visited him often in his room filled with the sweet smell of pipe tobacco smoke. Unfortunately, that farm died and is now paved over for a prison. My father, Robert Livingston Brown, was raised in the St. Louis farmhouse along with his older brother, Barker, a younger brother, Donald, and a younger sister, Anita. There was another sister, Margaret, who died of scarlet fever at age 12. Barker married a Philippine woman, Adelaida, and moved to the Philippines, where he was imprisoned by the Japanese during World War II. He survived those terrible conditions. Their daughter, Alicia, studied at Michigan State University, married her statistics professor. One of their 4 babies was born dead, a miscarriage. Anita and her young son, Michael, contracted polio in the 1950s and were in the same hospital together. When Michael died in hospital, Anita was not told, as they feared the news would kill her. She survived. I am Robert's son. My daughter Elizabeth died in a car crash at age 18. An earlier pregnancy with my wife ended in miscarriage. These are some of the deaths in my Brown family, which began in this handsome storm farmhouse in Ithaca, Michigan. I am now 81 and plan to live at least until my 82nd birthday in May. I'm putting in the chat invitation for folks to submit poems to our Fixed and Free journal for March. The last day for submitting is today. Please send your poems. Thank you.
Okay, I'm unmuted. Hi, I'm perched here in New Zealand and joining you. I don't know how to explain. So many things are weaving together today. Thank you for this theme. I was born and raised in California, lived many years in New England and the South before coming to New Zealand. 2 years ago, I only knew my family history back to Ohio, when my great grandmother went on a covered wagon to Wisconsin, where they settled. Somebody had come down from Vermont. I knew that. But 2 years ago, I found out. It's hard for me to believe, but I could be related to Miss Prentice Pokanoket that you can read about online, who was the daughter of King Philip, who started what's called the most atrocious war on American soil. His head, when they found him, he was beheaded and put on a stockade in Boston, which had become the big harbor by then. And her mother was put on a slave ship with a younger brother going down to the Caribbean and on to Africa. The story is said that they threw themselves overboard. But I became very attached to Miss Prentice Pokanoket. And if a Native American came under an English family, they were sort of accepted. And this little girl, who was 11, married an English militiaman. And then there were 2 more generations before they arrived in Ohio. So this is called Miss Hannah Prentice Hides Something in Her Tree. If you were here, I would call you Mother. I'm learning to be a praying Indian. To survive, I've taken their name, but I know who I am. They tell me they're glad this tree, my tree, is here in their New Jerusalem. After school, I climb and rest in the branches of my tree. I'm learning about addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. I see my tree's leaves and branches dividing. I see division can help make living things, people and plants, become good or bad for us. I see division is a part of every living thing. Sometimes things grow smaller in order to get bigger. Everything around me is adding, growing, and multiplying. Mother, I can whisper to my tree in 2 languages now. My tree understands me when I say, you know, if they cut you down, you will remain firm. Your roots are deep. You will spring to life again. Mother, I have a new name, but I can feel you rising within me. I will put this letter in the hollow of my tree. When the wind blows, you will always hear from me. Thank you.
Wow, when the wind blows, you can always hear from me. I love that sense of how family history endures in the elements. Incredible, incredible. Sorry. Liz Lara is next. I jumped the line to comment. Oh my
That's
gosh.
okay.
Old habit. But now I get to say hello to you.
No problem. Okay.
All right. So, just two things. I'm in Silver Spring, Maryland, but this poem is set in New York City. And the other piece of background information is that I am married to a person from the Dominican Republic. Okay. The title is Shackles. Oh, and it's like this. It's you can read it up and down or back, across. I'm going to read it across. Shackles. If this is my story, history tells a different story. My husband witnessed the one written by descendants of slaves in the Museo del Barrio. Imagine this display where I found him staring at a pair of black shackles, connected by a chain. History unspooled between us, 300 years of history. I could hear the rasp of the saw dragging through flesh, through our family trees, the scrape of converging and diverging, the blood's dry cough in our veins. Thank you.
The rasp of that saw, the sounds in that poem are exquisite and just powerful. I hope I'm gonna see you in Baltimore in March. Okay.
You will see me in Baltimore.
Excellent, excellent.
Okay.
Okay. Well, I hope I'll see you before then on the screen, but yeah, okay, great. Thank you so much. Liz Lara, C.R. Candy Green, Billy Brown. I mean, this was really a set of a lot of family history. And again, history is very, very prismatic, my friends, and it comes from all kinds of places. And a good reminder that a fabulous prompt. Look at what Billy Brown did. Went to a photograph and unearthed all that history. So there's a great prompt for you. Go to those sepia toned photographs. Well, in our next set, beautiful trio coming up, Thomas Hay Thomas and Ramallo and Ron Bremner. Welcome to the three of you, and thank you for being here for our Poets Focus today on history.
Thanks, Sandy, and all. I'm sort of picking up a thread from Elizabeth Lara, but this is from a much larger poem. It's one section of The River about colonialism in America. The whiteness of the school bus. It's a black and blue, mostly black, barely light sky under which I am driving, just beyond the place of the wasted deer. A faint, pale moon sinks west behind me as light fog curtains move over highway, blend within dark trees of silhouette hills. Regina Spektor is singing her homage to Billie Holiday on the radio, singing, "I could sing this song so blue it would make you cry." And she mentions branches of a poplar tree. So I'm thinking about strange fruit. When these two big white shapes loom, yes, really loom out of the fog bank ahead. The fog thickens, darkens as we enter its shadow. My headlights light up a bluebird logo on a white bumper. So I'm remembering school days and school children and my own lamented youth, and then realize I never saw an all-white school bus with no writing on the sides as I see when I begin to pass the first one. And those windows so high up and so small, so now I know I'm looking at prisoner buses, that must have started out under cover of darkness some time ago, and now in this half light and fog, it's like I'm seeing two white whales full of men that you and I don't want to remember being taken who knows where in this spectral dawn, which they might only glimpse through tiny dark windows. And I'm thinking it is a true shame what we have done, turning yellow school buses into white prison buses, school kids into prisoners, bluebirds into blue jailbirds, and Regina and Billy are ringing in my ears, and it is all breaking my heart. And this is how I come to I-5, accompanied by white whales and fog with big fat tears in my eyes, rolling toward the last valley, seeing far off above fog banks and black foothills those three peaks of a mountain once and sometimes still called Tahoma, and off its left shoulder sparkles white the morning star, Venus.
Wow, that was great. I'm next, I think. I'm Anne, and I'm reading here from Los Angeles, California. I had something, but I quickly changed course when people were talking about living witness to history. So I'm going to read something that started off on an envelope, back of an envelope in my purse, and has made it as far as my notebook. This is called Awake, in honor of Renee Good, mother and poet. I don't want to sit up with these feelings, hot and ugly. I leave them to cry it out, swaddled in a dark chamber of my heart. There are tires on the ice and blood in the snow. This anger could eat me, fat, groaning bullfrog nestled on my chest. What mother nurses anger, feeds it with the strength of her body? When we were raised on let it go and turn the other cheek. I'm not mad at you, but that was 3 gunshots ago. And let's be real, it's more like 300, 3,000. Their screams never loud enough, but loud enough to wake me. I could never leave my kids to cry. I scoop the anger up, cradle it, let it burn like morning coffee. I'm awake, and I reach for my pen, trusty weapon, spill ink to draw my own border around the bloodshed.
Is Ron Bremner still here?
I am just looking and I am not seeing on the list.
Then we can go to CC Arshagra.
Yes, we can. Thank you.
Okay. Can you hear? Am I here? Okay.
You are here and we can hear you.
All right. The title is the word wait. There's an ellipse after it. It ends that way. The data of your mind made real is a story. There comes a choice to see through time, and you are the author of all moments are. Even here, you may not see the end of your soul being disallowed and ending. Oh, fear, why are you so afraid of dying as the story runs in and away from a resolve? Oh, to be your story is not afraid of history, her story, my story, their story, this story, that story, the story, whose story, the question of your own why story, or any real story awaiting where the story ends, really. Yet, at any given moment, in between the cracks of time and the plights of space where death is born, within the mass, blood, and bones of form, within seen and unseen particles of matter. Your soul is a story that once upon a time never began as anything more than love waits, heals everything, lets go, remembers gratitude breathing, owns no one or thing, keeps owning what harm chooses to hold to, and here discovers what is lost and found, what value has no present spirit freed, what is and was used and used alone. All the while, you are the end of what harm transcribed, what was endlessly forsaken with eyes wide shut, as the data of life lived you, as you may have thought to control it, yet missed. Every moment to create love is the story that could have always fallen to die true. Wait, here comes.
Oh my gosh. I could have a whole 12-hour conversation with you about that poem. As you know.
I woke up writing a her story, his story poem, and then saw the prompt.
Is that right? There you go. That's divine intervention. There it is.
That's
Thank
it.
you so much, Cece.
Yeah, reality's overrated. Miracles is all that's left. Goodbye.
There it is. There it is. You know, it left me to question, there's that saying that every poem is a love story. And I'm wondering now whether it's a poem that's bearing witness, a poem about family history, a poem about, revealing a secret from long ago, unleashing the secret, retelling the truth. If we extend that, every poem is a love story, is is history its own, is every history a love story also, even the horrific history, if we're telling that story to rewrite it. Just something to ponder and think about, and really thinking about, and your very powerful poem, and making me think also that poetry of witness, I predict there is going to be an anthology in the future of poems written for, about, Renee Good, Alex Preddy, and let's hope no one else is added to those lists in the future. Although we have far too long a list from the past, and I hope your poem will be included in that anthology. Thomas A. Thomas, thank you for your contribution. Another powerful poem there. And as I'm reminded, perfect segue that we, in addition to starting off our month of February, first reading of the month, with a poet's focus, our topic on history, that it is Black History Month. So I appreciate those of you who are offering poems that have connection to that important history, which is really world history, not just U.S. history, of course. Well, we go next to Lynda VE Crawford. I was thinking about you the other day and thinking about how we met last year in Los Angeles, and kind of hoping against hope that maybe you'll appear in Baltimore. We'll talk about that later. Lynda VE Crawford, Brenda Asterino, and Jill Armstrong are next. Thanks to the three of you for joining us today.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you, Sandy. This poem is written a little bit from a controversial perspective. I will own that up front. It touches on it's about the topic of slavery. And my goal in writing it was to show that even where there are exquisite achievements during enslavement, that cannot and should not erase the devastation or cause us decades later, generations later, to condone in any way or say, oh, but so I will put some information in the chat after I read, but I wanted to read this poem. It's written in the sort of the style of the 1700s and speaking about Jupiter Hammond, who was considered the first African-American poet to be published in the US. Phyllis Wheatley was the first, but she was published in London. And so and he was born enslaved. And this poem came to me as a result, as I said, a little controversial, but I will read it. Thoughts on Jupiter Hammond, enslaved. Oh, come you, Hammond of poetry, prose. What wisdom-laden words verbose you preened in self, though deemed by your living time to be as horse or bull, e'en with quill and numbers fine. What caustic fate dictated your vicissitudes, you self-righteous and Christian penned beatitudes, so far from our ancestors' continent and clime, yourself a property, as history did define. Did you not learn of not shared lichened skin, dark touches of familiar features and tribal kin, or hear the gut clench pleas pushed through silent song of moans that seeped from mouths of lives long gone? If heard, you would not have opined in speech. If you are humble and meek and bear all things patiently, your master may think he is wrong. If he does not, his neighbors will be apt to see it and try to alter his conduct. Though brilliant you were with reasoned, graceful rhyme, you could ne'er bookkeep nor negotiate your enslaved time, nor that of yours, some kindred known, unknown, a mother, father, brother, all enslaved born. Oh, Jupiter, with such full-throated Christian grace, you should not have left this precious earth debased, enslaved, forever known as another man's property, however kind you deemed your masters to be. I pray God in his kingdom may not be the one on high who failed to hear so many subjugated souls' strong cry. Instead, let God's be those who lift your name for us to see, who walk your grave unmarked on your master's property. Poem, and I will put the info in the chat about him. Thank you.
And I believe Brenda is next. Please unmute and
I just wrote this one, so like last night and this morning, so it's rough. Call to women, not from a rib, but equal from the side of the first of humankind, from the left side, always with heart, from left brain within a right mind, silent warrior, lead, share and care, culturally protecting whose culture? Now within climate upheaval, solar eruption, cosmic waves reflecting, our reality shatters. We live in the filth and blood of others. Others live in our filth and blood. Make it stop. We want change. Others want change. Change to what? We doggedly hunt as we repeat, soiling life. We mess our own nests, generating old patterns, even in new ways. Are we waiting for a savior, or a new snake, or a new apple, or a new Adam and Eve? Have we forgotten the pronouncement? We have dominion over the earth. Women and men don't know. We don't know our own power. We don't know our own truth. We don't know our own selves. The past will haunt until we know what we want. Thank you. Thank you.
Sorry, I was muted there. I have a poem here that I wrote over 20 years ago. And it was about a period of time I was navigating where I was feeling particularly voiceless. And anyway, I dedicate it now to all who feel voiceless now in the present day as the current history unfolds. Speaking in thumbs, I won a language, a heard vocabulary, no music, no instructions. I won an a cappella prize, a delicate, fine, tunable instrument made from rhythm, heavy phrase, and wasp, paper, whisper, best, amplified from the industrious diaphragm. The timpani we wear between organs, sharpened by lip, geometry, and measured breath. I absorbed a language without translation. I lost a word, and then I lost most of them. My mouth became meat, hangs from bone, hangs from meat, an organ of vowel, taste, and sigh. I ordered a language without a menu, an incubator for the incomplete, a fallen architect of rhyme. In the mirror yawned a chamber unquired, a branch unbarked, and no percussion but anxious teeth and a ticking tongue clocking the rate of unravel. Thought, an opus in chains, raged, and in the echo chamber behind my face, small boys wrestled, tested dominance, smelled like wet dogs, their testosterone a fuel they knew nothing about. I was forced to fit my ideas with gravity boots until lightning, that bright sneak, channeled down the wiring between my walls to smolder under the timpani we wear between organs in the basement, until I erupt in significant form, rounder than a shout, more folded than a swan. Consonant-free cacophony has a pressurized smell, deep crimson with no surface. My nose tastes blood, running too thick, through air running too thin, at the tops of mountains and six-story walk-ups. Sound needs rivers to turn corners, consonants to deflect it and wrap vowels around. My mouth became unworthy of room service, a derelict in the lobby in a hotel of the chewed lip. And in the echo chamber behind my face, small boys wrestled, tested dominance, smelled like wet dogs, their testosterone a fuel they knew they could light with a match. Thank you.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much for that poem, Jill. I always marvel when we go back to a poem. Something calls us to go back to a poem that we've written long before, and suddenly it's in front of us again, very fresh and necessary. Yeah, it was a beautiful poem. Thank you so much.
And Sandy, indeed, check the message I just sent to you, not in the general chat, which shows you what we have left and see what you think.
Thank you so much, Kim. I will do that after I give my thanks to Brenda as well, and also Lynda VE Crawford. Back into history. Thank you to the three of you. Our next three readers are Max Vandersteen, Don Krieger, and Mary Ellen Talley. Thanks to the three of you for being here. It's our Poets Focus on their story, her story, history.
Thanks, Andy. It's sure is terrific to hear all these words being shared by everybody today. Very powerful, and I'm glad to be part of it. In honor of Black History Month, I'd like to read this poem, and it's kind of the result of witnessing all the demonstrations and things going on in Canada, the US, around the world. Remind me of a song actually by Marvin Gaye that was written and performed back in 1970s called What's Going On. And it was Marvin Gaye who said, who really cares to save a world in despair? And so in response, I wrote this poem, and it's a form of a villanelle called What's Going On. It was like this. What's going on? The crowds begin to whisper low. The corrupt king's helpers, venal faces glinting bright, insist that all is well, but somber shadows grow. The scales of justice now unbalanced and hollow, trust and truth deviously hidden from our sight. What's going on? The crowds begin to whisper low. The sycophants salivate, smile and bow, put on a show while their power poisons any who put up a fight. They insist that all is well, but somber shadows grow. The hope for freedom and democracy will not go. It signals truth that is just as a preferred birthright. What's going on? The crowds begin to whisper low. The megalomaniac's painted words continue to flow, controlling influence and authority with wealth and might. They insist that all is well, but somber shadows grow. But eventually the oppressed will begin to know that something is deadly wrong, not fair or right. What's going on? The crowds begin to whisper low. I've heard that all is well, but somber shadows grow. Thank you.
Don Krieger here. I'm in New York. I'm going to put into the, oh, okay. I'm going to just read this poem. I'll put a link in the chat to my book, which is dedicated to the 250-year jubilee of the Declaration of Independence, which is this year. All men are created equal. Declaration of Independence, 1776. 87 years later, all persons held as slaves are and henceforth shall be free. 2 years later, federal troops take control of Texas to ensure that all enslaved people are freed. That's Juneteenth, 1865. 89 years later, segregation is a denial of equal protection, 1954. 8 years later, federal marshals escort James Meredith at the University of Mississippi. The next year, federalized National Guard troops escort Vivian Malone and Alexander Hood past Governor George Wallace at the University of Alabama. 7 years later, over Governor Claude Kirk's objections, federal marshals enforced court-ordered busing for Florida school children. That's 1970. 240 years after America's Independence Day, that's actually less than 10 years ago. 1 in 1,000 Black men in America can expect to be killed by police. Edwards et al., Proceedings of the National Academy of Science. That's August 2019. Juneteenth at Carter Howell Strong Park. Just clear of the underbrush, I walk the street's edge up Dewey, an old French town morning and 95 degrees, rusty metal roofs, a rare 2-story, vinyl siding, and the original owner engraved on a plaque, a man on a bicycle, toothless, a shoeless woman in an overgrown yard, a pickup on flat tires, the driver's door on top of the engine, the 4th Street Market, meat cases and canned juice, bagged ice and gray fruit, 20 for a baseball cap, 20 more for a case of Coke. The French town in my city, we never walked there as kids, and they never came around our streets either. But some things have changed. I jog shirtless round the lagoon, hot sun on my pale skin, a great egret with fanned wings on the fountain in the center, wind-rippled water to the left, pigeons and crows, geese and laughing gulls settled in the shade or foraging together, trash and pond scum to the right, and from every bench men wave hello, shade trees overhanging. So many offer a kind word, a sharing hand, but each must repeat himself, so my kind may hear. It's Juneteenth at Carter Howell Strong Park.
Thanks, Don. And this is Mary Ellen. I'm in Seattle, Washington. And I too switched like Anne did and reading something about Renee Good. I wrote this the day after her murder. And it was published in Second Coming. Hi, Bun, for January 7th, 2026. Kennedy, Clinton, Obama, and Biden included poets in each of their inaugurations. Not only did Trump not invite poets, today one of his ICE officers sent to protect Minneapolis murdered a poet and mother. According to Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem, the victim, Renee Nicole Good, was an agitator who committed an act of domestic terrorism. The 37-year-old woman was fatally shot at the corner of 34th Street East and Portland Avenue South. That's 1 mile away from the spot George Floyd was murdered in 2020. Renee had just dropped her 6-year-old son off at school before the ICE altercation. Yesterday marked the 5th anniversary of the attack on the Capitol by election deniers. The Trump administration has refused to call those actions domestic terrorism. Renee may or may not have seen footage of the Kent State murders of 4 unarmed students in May of 1970, protesting the Vietnam War, 19 years before her birth. Image of the glove box, open with her child's stuffies. Blood on the driver's airbag. Thank you.
Thank you for that poem. And it reminds me how powerful docupoetics also is. You know, there's a bit of docupoetics in that poem there. Don Krieger, thank you. And of course, you also are a master of docupoetics. And Max Vandersteen, what a villanelle from one of my favorite songs ever. What's Going On? Love it. Oh my gosh. You know, I'll just say this also. As poets, I believe we all be agitators. We are agitators. That's what poetry, that's one of the things poetry is here to do, is to agitate, is to get us to think. So thank you. All right, our final 2 poets with just a few minutes left. Isaac Cohen, Mona Lynch, we're going to sneak the 2 of you in. Please share your poems with us.
Yes. Dear Sandy, dear Kim, dear Don, dear Carol, and dear all my friends in the world. As a Cohen, I love a dream. I believe in the culture of peace. I believe that dreams soul come true. I saw war at the age of 7. I had enough of wars and silence. Oh, heaven, please make my dream a reality for my peace of mind. A dove, a baby, and a child will rejoice in the street, telling far and near. The moment of peacefulness has come. Thank you, Isaac Cohen, Israel.
And our final poet for today. Our final poet for today, may not be in the room now, I think. Is that right, Kim? Are you seeing the same thing?
She's here. She's
Oh,
here.
she's here.
Rona.
Okay, my apologies. I'm
Rona
looking at the
Lynch.
list. There you go.
Hello.
There
Thank you,
you go.
Sandy. Thank you, Sandy, and thank you
So
for
very welcome. So very welcome. Thank you.
This is a short poem about a young Irishman whose only wish was to join the British Navy. And this is what happened in 1941. The poem is called Telegram. On the day he left, she reminded him to pack his clothes brush. Nothing could stop him, though he lied about his age in his first application. They eventually accepted him, her youngest son, handsome in his British Navy uniform. Letters arrived intermittently, with black blocks hiding his precious words. A sepia photo with a group of friends on board his beloved HMS repulse. She toiled uphill past his school on Strawberry Hill, 14 days before Christmas, urgency in her step. Puddings to boil, a fruitcake to bake in the Bastable oven. Captain Tennant held his head, pride, and confidence in his men, and the accompanying HMS Prince of Wales. But they were no match for the torpedoes coming at them, a swarm of angry bees. She sat by the open fire, her face buried, a telegram hung from her fingers. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mona. Thank you, Isaac. And thanks to all of you for being here for today's program. It's our Poets Focus on Cultivating Voices live poetry. Their story, her story, history. Did we cover a lot of ground today across time and space? And so many stories, and so many names. Before I have one more final thought, I'm going to ask Kim to give us a preview of our reading next week, our new book showcase.
Sure thing. I just shared that in the chat, everyone, if you want to make note of it. Next Sunday, February 8th, Afric McGlinchey, D. Walsh Gilbert, here today, Debbie Gilbert, Raul Sanchez, and Gary Copeland Lilly. It is going to be a blockbuster of a new book showcase. And the following Sunday, the third Sunday of the month, will be our monthly wildcard open mic. So really great poetry coming up, Sandy.
Thank you so much. That's Kim Ports Parsons. Thank you to Kim, Don Krieger. And, you know, for my final comment today, I want to take something from Isaac's poem, echo something from Isaac's poem. That line, I believe in the culture of peace. History is fraught with the stories of atrocities, but those stories of atrocities are what drives us toward peace. It is a storied story to get there. And your poems are part of that tapestry, are part of that narrative, working us toward a more just peace. You put the adjectives in. You're the poets. You're the agitators. Keep writing. Thanks so much, everyone, for being here today. I look forward to you being with us next week for our new book showcase. It is going to be a blockbuster, our February new book showcase. You don't want to miss it. And as I always say at the end of the program, you know, take very good care of yourselves this week. Take exquisite care of your beloveds. And keep writing your remarkable poems. They are what will become history. I'm Sandy Yannone, your host for Cultivating Voices, live poetry. Have a very peaceful week.
Say her name. Say her name.
Yes, indeed, Billy.
Say her name. She cannot be forgotten by us.